This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of art, inclusion, and community partnership right here in Central Texas. Joining us today are three incredible guests making a meaningful impact through creativity and opportunity for local families and students. We're going to hear from Desiree Hardeman, who is Director of Education for the Art Center Waco, about an exciting summer filled with camps and teen programs and scholarships and creative experiences for all ages. Also, Melissa Johnson is with us from the Waco Housing Authority, and you'll be talking about the incredible impact of a $10,000 scholarship donation. That's going to be awesome. And have just gotten to meet Katie Laubender, who is with the newly named Baylor Center for Disability and Flourishing, to talk about Art Center Waco's very first inclusive summer camp experience, designed especially for students with disabilities. And so excited to have you all on today's show to talk about these partnerships. Desiree, I want to start with you. We got to catch up over at the Mayburn when they had the grand opening of the Cultural Crossroads exhibit, and you were so excited about things going on at the Art Center. So I got to have you come back on.
Yes.
And you coordinated these other lovely ladies to join us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. I'm so excited. Yes, this summer camp is beyond exciting. We are doing so many different things. So, and our theme is art around the world. So each week we're visiting different cultures. We're learning about the art from those cultures and their music, their everything. So it's very exciting. We have kindergarten through teen, and which is fun. We added an additional kindergarten class because it was so exciting last year. And then our teen camp is at the end, so it's really great. And as you stated, this is our first time to have an inclusion camp. So we'll have 1 week of that, which is very exciting. We were blessed with a $10,000 donation so that we can provide 40 additional scholarships to Waco Housing Authority, which is awesome. Something different we're doing this year also is we are including the Waco Housing Authority students in any class they want to join, which is a big difference from before when it was much smaller. We only had 1 week with the Waco Housing Authority kids, but we wanted to expand that. So
give them more choice.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah,
so now parents can choose which week they want to come, and they could come multiple weeks. That's been very exciting. We also have provided scholarships for other people in the community. So far, my spreadsheets, because that's what I do. So far, we have provided about 37, as of this morning, 37 scholarships. And that's not including all of the scholarships for Waco Housing Authority. So, it's just very exciting. We expanded it, doubled the possibilities from last year. So added an extra week, added an extra class each week. So now we are going to be able to provide for 289 spots for kids. So, and last year we had like 132.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just really exciting being out there, working with kids, making something available that wasn't available before. Because, our motto is art is for everyone. Well, what I've learned now that I'm, over the program is that art is for everyone, but we need to make it so that it's accessible to everyone. So that's why providing scholarships, not only for summer camp, but for our art teen, it's called Art Venture, and that's for our teen program. We're going to continue that through the summer, provide scholarships for kids for that, bring in wonderful artists, which is great. Summer camp, we have a teacher, a teaching assistant, and at least one volunteer for every class. So that way we can make sure that, kids really feel like they belong. They're learning new things and they feel accepted, because that's something that's so important. And everything's going on in the world right now. We want them to come to a safe, inclusive, fun space. So that is what's going on at the Art Center. Just
Wow.
a lot of things.
When does this start?
So June 15th
Okay.
is the first week, and it goes all the way to July 31st.
Oh, yeah.
And the only week we have off is the week during for 4th of July. That's the only week we have off. The other exciting thing is that we also, through our teacher cohort, we are also putting on a teacher summer session, and that is the second week of June. So then after that, we jump right into summer camp, and we don't miss a beat with our teen program and also our Sip and Social. If you haven't come, you've got to come. It's the third Saturday of every month, and you learn something new and exciting, plus you can bring your own beverage. So it's been really, really fun.
That's great.
So much going on at the Arts Center.
It is, and we just don't want to stop just because it's summertime.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
I just want to continue
And it's someplace
everything.
cool to
Yes.
get in out of the heat. For sure.
Who wouldn't want to be in the air conditioning, enjoying the wonderful things that we have?
Yeah.
And just I really feel just so thankful that we have the opportunity to do things like the $10,000 donation.
Yeah.
That was a game changer for me. And then Amazon Prime Air also donated about $2,600 worth of supplies. I know
wow.
it's just been incredible.
Yeah.
It's like, you put your vision out there and people respond.
Yeah. I
So
see
it's
why
been
you're so
exciting.
excited about it.
I know I
I
can't
know.
help
I
it.
mean, yeah. If we could just bottle some of that. And Melissa, though this $10,000 scholarship really is going to be a game changer for some students.
Yes. Just kind of a backstory. Desiree and I hadn't met until this year, but I think we were thinking alike, even though we hadn't met. Last year, we sent some kiddos to the Art Center for art camp, and I kind of new to art. I guess I took some classes a couple of years ago during the pandemic, and so it kind of opened my eyes a little bit to art and expression. And I'm always looking for just different experiences that the kids that live in Waco Housing Authority. I'm always looking for experiences to enrich their lives from 0 to 99. So knowing that the Art Center Waco was just a couple of streets over from the Kate Ross property, my mind started going, hey, let's look at art, some art things for kids. And so last year we sent a couple of kids, and they had a lot of fun. And then Desiree and I met this year, and then she started talking about inclusion and giving parents more flexibility in choosing what classes they wanted to sign up for and things like that. And I love what Desiree said about art is for everyone. And wouldn't it be great if the kids that live over at Kate Ross one day just said, hey, I want to go see what is at the Art Center, and I'm just going to walk over there.
They
and see.
could. Mm-hmm.
And also bringing in parents. We have some parents that have come back to Art Center Waco since we had art camp last year.
Yeah.
And so just, we want them to know that this world is for you too. This is not just for certain people that live in our community. Art is for everyone, like you say.
Right.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off on that, just the thought, like we both talked about the vision of kids just walking over. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's Teen Venture. I'm just going to walk over and just participate. Or, oh, there's a new exhibit, and they're just going to walk over.
Oh, you always have wonderful things. for
Yes,
folks
thank
to
you.
see there.
And then they can feel like they belong, like it belongs to them too.
And I love that when they come, they're likely going to see an exhibit. Hey, that was done, by somebody like me that maybe
Exactly.
grew up, here in Waco and or grew up in this area, or had a life like mine. And so I love that too.
Yeah. Well, Katie, this is an exciting milestone as well. This first inclusive camp experience, specifically for students with disabilities. First of all, tell me a little bit about this newly named aspect of Baylor. You said it's been around a while, right?
Yes, last year they celebrated their 10 years of being a center on Baylor's campus. But in the last 2 to 3 years, it has really grown. There's been a lot of influx of faculty and staff and students that are a part of the center. And this year we renamed. Previously, we were the Baylor Center for Developmental Disabilities, and now we are the Baylor Center for Disability and Flourishing, because we wanted it to encompass all disabilities and to highlight the flourishing part, the thriving after, at the end of our name, to show like what we're striving for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the flourishing part. I mean, I love that, because I'm just picturing that there could be a child who's just their whole world has changed because of getting into the art, and maybe become a famous artists themselves. I mean, the possibilities there.
Yes,
right?
yes. And on July 18th, we're actually going to have a special grand event at the Art Center. It's called Disability in the Arts, and we're working with the with Baylor. Why don't you tell her a little bit about how awesome that's going to be?
Yes. So so we're having the art camp that is going to be inclusive, and then a week or so after that, we're going to have a Disability in the Arts exhibit showcased at the Art Center Waco. So right now we're recruiting artists of all abilities and of all art mediums that have disabilities, excuse me, in the McLennan and surrounding counties area. And we're wanting to showcase their talents, their artwork. We already have several artists that we just know through our center that have art that they're going to get to display for the first time ever, their art on display, and to be able to even sell their artwork through the Art Center Waco, and to just really feel like this is their community. You're talking about this community, art is for everyone. Like, this is really the culmination of that, and it's going to be really amazing.
Yeah, really, it fosters the whole feeling of inclusion.
Yes.
For
Yes.
these students and their families too.
And what's also very exciting is that we're bringing other mediums in. There are we are researching and finding every place that has an inclusive class. Like is it a ballet class or
There's
a
a
ballet
dance
class at the symphony? There's all sorts of different things. So we're going to have those there. In addition, Bella, our gallery and exhibit coordinator, is going to have some exhibits that are specifically for our children that need, or adults that need special things, like to be able to push, or touch. And so we're incorporating that also. And so that's something that it's really going to be an exciting event. And I'll ask you to come and talk about it more when it's closer.
Oh, yeah.
But that is something that we are also working together with.
We also have one of the faculty members at Baylor has done art that has been 3D printed for people who have vision impairment or blindness. And so he has like Monet paintings, but that are 3D printed, that can be touched and experienced by I'm just getting chills thinking about it. I'm so excited about that. And so we're going to incorporate also the artwork from the children that are coming to the camp, to also have an area during the exhibit where their artwork that they worked on at the camp on display as well, because we're just really wanting to foster this idea that art is for everyone.
And so the ages you're looking to
So
see
the
or
camp
what?
is for children going into 4th through 6th grade.
Okay.
And then for the art exhibit, it's really any artist, and it can be emerging or established artists.
Really?
So if there's someone who is just starting out their career, or their passion is art, we're inviting them to also apply to have their art exhibited for, I think, over a month in the Art Center. It's going to be a really special event and exhibit.
Yeah, we're just doing a lot.
I'm just like drinking from a fire hose over here, listening to all
Spreadsheets.
the things you're doing. Well, a lot more. I do want to hear from you about, how other organizations are stepping in to help, and you mentioned a few, but want to let you know that today's show is brought to you by Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram, your friend in the car business. They are making deals on new cars, trucks, SUVs, pre-owned cars, big sales going on now, and so they say, stop by. Let's be friends. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
It's the 2026 Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, brought to you by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Tour a variety of homes at different price points, plus see the latest trends from beautiful kitchens to outdoor living spaces. See the latest colors and design patterns. This is your chance to walk through homes, meet the builders, and get inspiration for your own projects. The Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, and June 13th and 14th. Tickets are available online or at any parade home. For more,
we're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Alan Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Alan Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
it's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
And we are back with Desiree Hardeman with the Waco Art Center Waco,
Yes.
get the name right, and Melissa Johnson, who's with Waco Housing Authority, and Katie Laubender from the Baylor Center for Disability and Flourishing. I just love that. How long have you been in this aspect? What drew you to this kind of work?
I've been with the center since last January, so about almost a year and a half now. And I actually came from the world of education. So I was a special education teacher at the high school level and then post-high school. A lot of people don't know, but their public schools offer 18-plus transition programs that help students who need just a little bit more time and really focused effort on, job skills and lifelong learning and independent living. And so that then drew me into the center, where now I get to be a part of helping families and helping individuals with disabilities, and also helping educators and organizations build this inclusive community. And the Baylor Center has just really grown under the direction of Dr. Eric Carter and Dr. Kristen Padilla. They are really just pushing all of our boundaries, and we're adding new people all the time. Our center is just thriving, growing, and flourishing.
And it is flourishing as well. So where is it located on campus?
So we have, we're in the Mars McLean Science Building, which
Okay.
is, if you're familiar with Baylor campus, if you know where Moody Library is, we're kind of across the way from that. And we also have a clinic that is in the downtown. It's in the MacArthur Hillcrest building. And in that clinic, it is ABA therapy that's provided to children with autism. They also provide counseling services, and it's all graduate level students that are working under the supervision of faculty members. And so it is much more affordable for our community than going to like an outside provider
Right.
for those types of services, and also benefits our students. They're learning, they're getting to engage with real people, in these parts of their lives. And so we're in those two locations currently. We'd love to have an even bigger center and growth to the point where we need a whole building just for ourselves.
Yeah, I can see that. I could see that happening for sure. The way you say it's grown to this point. Melissa, what about you? What drew you to the Waco Housing Authority, and what exactly is your role there?
I'm a social worker, and I graduated in '95 from Baylor. Before it was a school of social work, it was like a closet, I think, in Draper Hall. But it's grown a lot since then.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. Most of my career has been in medical social work, and so I've done hospice. I've worked at the old Hillcrest Hospital. I was an HIV case manager with the health department for 9 years.
Really?
So housing just kind of fell in my lap. It just wasn't something that was on my radar. But I took the position with Waco Housing Authority. Millette Hopping, I don't know if you
Oh
know
yeah, I know
Millette.
Millette, yeah.
She is my boss. I'm so lucky to have her as my boss. And she always says, think outside of the box, think outside of the box, And so I echo that all the time. And so with Waco Housing Authority, I'm the director of community services. So I'm responsible for partnerships and things that we can bring in we have seniors that need help aging in place and staying in their homes. So we have a social worker that comes out and can come out and help them with different resources. We have a youth coordinator that works with our youth and getting them connected to resources. We actually have a college tour trip that we do every year. It's won a national award.
Tell me.
Yeah. So this began, I think it was 25 years ago here in Waco with a group, and then Waco Housing Authority was brought into it. And so our youth coordinator, Al Davis, he partners with lots of people in town, also Carver Baptist Church. He gets great chaperones that go on these trips, and they just pour into the kids. They've been all over. They've been to Washington, D.C. They got to visit the Capitol, and I think they got to visit with Senator Cornyn.
Yeah.
They have been to North Carolina, Arkansas, Alabama. They need like a concert T-shirt, that has all the
all the locations.
all the locations. Sometimes they do local tours. This year they're going to San Antonio, and they kind of choose a base and then they visit colleges. And so
that is awesome.
It's public housing kids and with other kids in the community as well.
Breaking that cycle.
Well, sometimes we take for granted, being able to drive across town or go out of town. And one young lady told me, she said, ma'am, she said, I had never even been out of Waco. Right. And so it is phenomenal what the kids get to see.
Yeah.
And what they get experience. And again, that's another way of saying this world is for you too. You can have this. It's not it's not unattainable. It's not for someone else. It's for you. So,
And Desiree, what brought you to the Art Center Waco?
Well, I retired from Waco ISD in 2024. So my background is education. I had just started working at Art Center to work on their teacher cohort. It was just for a grant. And then things happened, and the next thing you know, I'm over all of education. And then recently, I've just, my title's changed to Director of Educational Programs, which I'm excited about because that's what I do. The funny thing is that it was just actually seeing the transformative power of art and education. Previously, when I was an administrator, then, and I had to say, okay, well, you can't go on a field trip unless you do this, this, and this. And I never knew that just going to look at the art was powerful. And so now I see an entirely, it's like a veil was taken off my eyes.
Yeah, it kind of opened your whole mind.
Yes, and so I see, and when I see children and adults just look at the art, and it just fills them up, and and then now we have the Flora Cameron collection, which is
Tell them all about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Flora Cameron collection. For everyone that doesn't know, you need to come and see it. It is 83 pieces. Flora Cameron, after she passed away, it was gifted to us. So now, we have LeFou, we have a Chagall. So for kids to be able to come and see a Chagall, and even other people in the community to be able to see that level of art.
Definitely museum worthy.
Oh,
pieces,
yes.
sure.
Very much so. There isn't another Chagall in quite a distance, and to be able to see that. And then, of course, we bring education into everything. So we have, we explain things like, okay, well, this happened. Okay, so Chagall, what was happening during his life? Why did he create this? Oh, he was Jewish. He had to pretend to be someone else. How do you feel about that? Because he couldn't go into the art world there. So all sorts of things that's just so powerful. And we have a museum studies intern, and his focus has been to put the collection on the website and then to deep dive into several different artists so that we can actually see, and everybody everywhere can look on our website and see the impact of this art. So it's just so exciting. And then we have about 7 exhibits that come every year. And just to see different exhibits, to see different things, so many people of color, diversity, and, just to see what that looks like. So when, children and adults come in and they see these paintings, just like she said, it's like, oh, I can do this. A really great example of that.
I have seen some modern art. I've thought, I could do that.
Exactly. Some
really
abstract.
think I could do that.
So we had a display by women in their arts, and one little girl looked and she said, oh, that was by a woman? It's like, yes. And she said, you mean I can do that? And it's like, yes. And it was a field trip. So then I took them in and, and I had them create something like what they saw. And it was just so incredible because it was like, oh, wow, I can do this, and so that's the type of thing. So now I am so excited about art because it's so transformative and it really just takes you to an entirely different place. I do have to confess that I do go look at the Chagall pretty much every day.
Every day, just sort of
when I visit,
cleansing.
I love to go to it. I'm like, oh, can I stay here for a while? Just look at everything.
So do you have any examples of stories of young person, old person, whoever, who really has kind of been changed by art and these kind of opportunities that we're talking about today?
Yes, what I have seen the most change from that I can, actually say, not just in the moment, but the impact, the long-term impact, is through the teacher cohort. Because the teachers receive training from some of the best artists around. And so they're able to learn these different things and then take it back to their classrooms, take it back to their schools. And so they have made such a difference with the students and with their campuses, really create cultural change and just changing the campus culture, because it's hard for teachers nowadays. And so that's really great. And then when we had the Waco ISD art show, which was awesome, then I was able to see the impact of what our teachers are teaching the kids. So it's not just them telling me, and it's not just students, sending notes saying, oh, this is so great, but to actually see the different things. And I received a grant from Waco Foundation, which has really been helping to move the teacher cohort even further. And it's just, seeing the kids. The Waco, the art showcase for the kids just really blew my mind, because I was able to see techniques that the kids had learned that the teachers had taught them, and it's just so exciting. So that's really what I'm able to see. And of course, field trips and activities and even Baylor students, when they come, then they are in awe at the moment. But then to be able to see that move further than just the moment was really exciting for me.
Yeah, as we all look back on this, whole summer of wonderful opportunities and camps and things at Art Center Waco, as you look back on it, what do, from each of your perspectives, you hope to see people take from that?
I think for me, I'm hoping that people take that it is beautiful and wonderful to have inclusive spaces. So communities where we create space for everyone to participate, that makes every community stronger and more connected. And I just want to really start seeing that build and the momentum spread throughout all of Waco, but it can start right here through art. I think that would be really amazing to have that go and be kind of the main focus of our whole summer.
Good. What about you, Melissa?
Well, as I said earlier, I want them to know that art is for them, that when they see a piece at art camp, that they may think, I could do this too. And art it's expression, and all of that helps with relaxation, healing from trauma. I hope that it's something that they can take and use it in a way that just enhances their quality of life in any way. Whether it's, hey, I went to an art camp when I was a kid, I think I'll go to that museum over there. Or maybe I could make a career out of this. I could be a graphic artist. I could, or maybe I could show a piece at the Art Center Waco one day as an artist. So those are the things that we hope kids can take away from art camp.
Good. And just one other example is the AC Hotel, the Welcome Center, has, we are represented this quarter, and Kermit Oliver, whom I'm sure everyone knows, if you don't.
Of
and,
course,
you
yeah,
know.
Hermes scarves.
Yes. So, and it shows two of his students, Vincent Thomas and Cade, who he was their mentor and he helped them. And Vincent Thomas has been a huge impact at Art Center Waco with our teacher cohorts. He's led some things, some really important things. He's been there for our art venture. He's done so much for us, and so has Cade. But it's just, so that's a direct result of someone like Kermit Oliver, who was a postman, who then became, Kermit Oliver, and then the impact that he had on students here in Waco. One thing that Vincent Thomas said at the reception was that that was his into art. But Kermit Oliver made that difference for him. So, it's just, those are the type of things that are circular.
I would love for the kids to meet him someday. That would be great.
Vincent Thomas, well, they already have.
Well, Vincent Thomas, Kermit Oliver, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's that's what makes it even more exciting when you think of these people like Kermit Oliver and what he's been able to accomplish in the art world. How can folks find out more information to get involved in these camps?
ArtCenterWaco.org.
Okay,
yes, that's it right there.
And as far as cost, I know you have scholarships. but-
Yes. So the cost varies by the different classes. Some classes are half classes, some half a day, and some are whole day. But don't let that deter you because we do have scholarships. And you can also register for Art Venture there or our Sip and Socials. Basically, you can see everything that you need. artcenterwaco.org.
Okay, and any need for volunteers? Are you looking for that?
Always love volunteers. That's always great. And we especially love volunteers for our different family days and different activities that we have. And we have lots of partnerships with different organizations. So we love having volunteers, and we love for people in the community who are artists to come and participate, which another thing we're doing our first Fridays now. So that's really fun. And we have artists in our community come and participate in that. So, we're just basically anywhere and everywhere that someone needs to be inspired. Really, I mean, that's how I think about my job
Yeah,
now.
that
is
should go on a T-shirt, I think, what she
Anywhere and
said.
everywhere.
Yes, art is for everyone. Be inspired.
Be inspired. Well, you all have inspired me so much, Desiree and Melissa and Katie. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for
Thank
all
you.
you're doing here for everybody in the Art Center Waco.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting us, and thank you both for joining. I'm so
Thank you.
excited.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
hard work that you've done to help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And your
yeah.
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
That makes everything so much easier because you're so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're my new booking agent too. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Stay with us. So there is more of the show ahead. Don't go away.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Welcome back to the show. We are going to be talking about transforming homes one window at a time and how the right window treatments can completely change the look, the feel, the comfort, and functionality of a space. Joining us is Kayla Faulkinberry, and she is with Bumble Bee Blinds. And you've heard me do commercials over the last several weeks. Are you looking to add a touch of elegance and functionality to your home? Look no further than Bumble Bee Blinds of Waco and Temple. And I'm so delighted to have Kayla here on the show now with us. So you do in-home consultations, and I'm looking to schedule you. I've already talked about scheduling you from my house. But whether you're looking to remodel, redecorate, or just a fresh look in your home or office, I know this conversation is going to help you out. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a
Good to have
pleasure
you
to-
here. So first, a little bit about yourself and your role with Bumble Bee Blinds of Waco and Temple.
So I am now the owner of Bumble Bee Blinds, but I was not the original owner. I was just HR accounting for Randall Hawkins, who suddenly passed away in August of 2025 last year. And so I am trying to carry on a legacy of his and deliver the service that he did before he passed away.
So how long did you work for him?
He hired me in April, so I was with him for probably about 4 months before he passed away.
Yeah. Well, so what did you do before this guy?
I just did HR accounting and a little bit of marketing. But
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I bet a little bit of a learning curve for you.
Yes.
I would think.
Lots to learn in the window treatment world.
Yeah, I'll bet that's right. So what does Bumblebee Blinds and what do you offer?
So we do, of course, all window treatments. We also do exterior sunshades. And then for interior, we have shutters, of course. And then Roman shades, roller shades, which are super popular. And cellular shades, which are also known as honeycombs. So yes, there's a lot to offer.
I think I've seen pictures of that. So that's something becoming more popular. I want to talk to you more about the new things, new innovations in window treatments. But I love your phrase. You're simplifying window treatments one covering at a time.
Yes.
And so, what sets Bumblebee Blinds apart from the other businesses?
I definitely would have to rely on our testimony behind it now that whatever happened or everything that happened in 2025. But one thing that sets us apart is our customer service. I take high pride in my customer relations and just building that relationship with each and every customer, and also now sharing, God with every customer, because
I love that because you refer to owning this as your testimony.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit more. I love talking about that kind of thing. So you felt like really the Lord led you into this walk now.
Yeah, it's crazy to look back on it, but Randall chose me out of 4 other people for HR and accounting, and that alone is just going back and looking at it and realizing that he chose me to be his employee, and then to eventually help him start designing, and then to now own the business and run it as part of his legacy. It's all a testimony, and just where I was in my walk with Christ at the time of everything. I was involved in regeneration at Harris Creek. I was in the middle of it, so I was surrounded by 12 godly women when I found him deceased in his house. So.
Yeah, and I've heard that program is life-changing.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harris Creek for that.
Yeah, amen. Amen, sister. Preach on, yeah. What's one of the biggest advantages, though, that you see when you're able to bring the showroom directly to the customer? So let's walk folks through that process.
So we do also have a showroom on Hewitt Drive, but the advantage of going to customers' houses is actually like putting the samples up in your window and getting to figure out which color best fits in your window, depending on, the color of your walls and the color of your cabinets and any designs that, are in your house to help best match for the window treatments.
And I would think draperies, that's a whole world.
Yes.
Of selection.
Yes.
And so I guess you bring books and.
Yes, ma'am. I have a window treatment, and then we just go through them together and figure out which one looks best in the inside the house.
Well, and with the home's lighting and so forth, you kind of need to be in the space, I would think.
Yes, because
to make some of those
yellow.
choices, to choose the right fabric or whatever. So you do have a variety of options, as you mentioned. You got shades, shutters, blinds, drapery, motorized treatments. Tell me about that.
We have 3 levels of motorization. We have our most cost efficient is a Power One, which gives you still motorization, but you can't control it from your living room or your office or any bedroom.
It's not like Bluetooth.
Bedroom. We do have that.
I'll bet you do.
The Power One is connected to the motor, and you just walk up to it, press the button, and it rolls it up. And then our next option would be a 5-channel remote, which allows you to control it from anywhere in the house. And then our most luxury option would be connecting to Google Home and Alexa, and you can also have a schedule set. Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
That is our most
Part
popular.
of the whole smart home.
Yes.
thing.
You can have the schedule set to where it comes up at 7 in the morning and goes down at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And so a lot of my customers do choose the Smart Home Connect.
Well, and that's kind of important because direct sunlight can wreak havoc on furnishings.
It can.
And so if you already kind of know if you're not there to personally, pull the shades down, that it knows to protect. I mean, that really is remarkable. Yes,
it is.
So what has kind of surprised you the most in this time that you've been a business owner, in help working with customers? And has there been a big like aha moment or a surprise or, oh no, I knew it would be like this all along?
Okay, we're gonna have to cut that out. Repeat that one more time.
Okay.
Repeat that one
Okay,
more time.
have there been any surprises? I mean, during the time that you've owned the business here?
I wouldn't say I haven't came up on any yet.
Yeah.
I, going through it myself, I have found out like which vendors are there for me actually and to help support me versus the ones that are just there for me to sell their product. And so Norman is my vendor that I sell the most of, and great manufacturing company. They were going to appointments with me when Randall passed away to help me sell and to teach me. So yes, but any other surprises than that? Nothing crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it sounds like, you've had a beautiful support system throughout this transition, which was a big change for you. So it is helpful then for homeowners to actually see the fabrics and the textures and the colors in their own home and lighting, during the consultation.
For sure.
Yeah. Is there a project you can think of you went, oh man, this just turned out better than I even dreamed that it would?
Yeah, so a crazy story to top this off is my customer that I was actually headed to their appointment the day that I found Randall. They sticked with me through the entire process when they could have easily gone with another company.
Oh.
And they spent well over $20K with me, and they had beautiful arch shutters and woven shades, and I was just, astounded by the way that everything turned out for being my first job to complete and install. And so I did professional photos for them. So just to top everything off.
Sounds like the Lord was just saying, yep, you're in the right spot.
Yes.
You're doing the right thing. What are some common mistakes that people make when they're choosing window treatments?
I think the most common mistake is people wanting to go more cost-effective way, which would be cordless. And then when we get them installed, they're like, oh, I should have went motorized. I should have paid the extra money, extra $150 to $200 per window to go motorized. Because when you have a bunch of windows and you have to walk up to each window to operate them, it can, it's not as, what is the word I'm trying to say?
Well, it's not efficient. Use of your time for one thing, but but easy.
So I'd say that's
when you think about it, that's almost like a chore for the day. And if a little motor will, that's good. So the benefits. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of window treatments and how they really can bring more energy efficiency.
Yes.
For your home.
So honeycombs and cellular shades are our most energy efficient because they trap the heat and the cool within the cells. So that's where it gets the honeycomb from.
Oh,
because if you look at the sides of it, it's the shape of a honeycomb.
Right. The side profile of it. Yes. You can see it inside.
And so those are our most energy efficient. Shutters are really good with keeping the heat out as well. Shutters also help the value of your house. So if you're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for window treatments, I would highly recommend shutters, especially if you plan on resale value of the house. Not so much that it helps like thousands of dollars worth of value, but when you have when customers are, in the process of buying a home and they have a house that is, has shutters as their window treatment versus a house that has faux wood blinds, and it's somewhat in the same price range, like more than likely they're going to lean towards, the house that has shutters because
it's just a higher end
the
finish.
value of the shutters and the cost of it, and just the elegance that the shutters bring versus faux wood blinds.
Well, it is a timeless traditional look.
Yes.
Whereas, we've kind of seen different trends over the years with draperies and fabrics and colors and all that kind of thing. It's a trendy kind of thing too. And if you're thinking, well, I'm going to have to redo these drapes in 10 or 15 years, I mean, that's can run into some money. But yeah, plantation shutters just seem to be a timeless favorite. Why do you think people love them so much?
I think because they last over for sure 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And just the way that they have innovated over the years. Because a lot of my older clients, they like to have the tilt wand in the center of the shutter. And you don't have to have that anymore. You could go invisible tilt, which means that the mechanism is built within the frame. And so you can operate the shutter by opening and closing it just by the louvers. And a crazy thought for the day is the tilt wand is actually not supposed to be used to operate the shutters. You're still supposed to just go up to the louver to open the shutter.
I think I probably do with ours.
A lot of people do. They're always mind blown. They're like, well, why is it there then? Just for looks. But yeah.
That's the look. So, all right. So the design process has happened. What happens next in the installation process?
So at the installation, my installer is a 1099 contractor. He used to own his own window treatment company, so he knows what he's doing and very trustworthy guy. And at installation, depending on how many windows and what kind of window treatment is purchased at the time, depends on how long it takes. He usually takes about a day. If we're talking 15 shutters, it might be a day and a half.
Wow.
But the install process is super quick, easy, and very simple. So, yes.
Yeah. I think people really do appreciate kind of the white glove service, installation service. And so why is that just so important in the finished look, that process?
I think it's important, especially for, the price that you pay for these window treatments. And, the more hands-off the customers can be, the better it is for everybody. And yeah.
Yeah. You have received some incredible customer testimonials, though. What does it mean to you when a client, recommends your company to friends and family? She giggles.
It's very heartfelt, just because this wasn't my company to begin with. And so to keep pushing forward that same, reviews and customer service that Randall delivered really means a lot to me, and I'm sure as well as his family. Gosh. I don't know what else to say.
Well, a lot of people assume, I think, that custom window treatments are just out of their reach financially, but you also have financing options. You want to talk a little bit to that?
So I do have a financing option, and our lowest, I've had a couple customers use it. Not a lot of customers do choose that way to go, just because it requires a credit pull, and it's only a soft pull, but it's still there. And our lowest, I believe the lowest credit score that we take is like a 540, 560.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a perk to some customers who are, in the works of building their credit.
Right.
But financing is a great option. You only have to pay 20% up front to get the order placed. And then after installation and after everything is installed, that's when you start getting billed on, your installments that have been chosen with the financing company.
Okay, good. for someone considering updating their home and looking at those window treatments, why do you feel it's one of the most impactful design elements you can have?
Because it can change a whole house.
Yeah.
I mean, just the window treatments can change the look of a house, the feel, and depending on whether, if you go towards the light end, if you go towards room darkening, anything darkening makes the rooms feel smaller. And so if you're, if you currently already have like room darkening roller shades, or if you have drapery and you choose to go to roller shades that are light filtering, like it's just going to open up the room so much more. So yeah. Finally, if listeners want to consider lining up a consultation appointment or to learn more, where do they go? So I have a website. It's Bumble Bee Blinds of Waco and Temple.com. And then you can book an appointment on there. It'll show my availability, my schedule. Or you can contact me at my business phone, which is 254-457-0963. And you should be able to reach me at that. If I don't answer, I'm typically at an appointment, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. Or you can look me up on Google. And I do have a call center, which is AI. So you can book the appointment through them and it'll still come to me. But I always prefer, the personal touch to it. So I prefer to give me a phone call or a text message.
I'm so delighted to get to meet you and to thank you personally for sponsoring the Ann Harder Show. So pleased to get to make your acquaintance. And I think we're going to have a professional a professional relationship as well. So I do have some things I need you to come and check out at my house. But appreciate you so much,
Yes,
Kayla.
ma'am,
Thanks for
course.
being with us.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
It's our declaration of deals, and savings are moving fast at Allen Samuels Jeep in Waco. Get a 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport for just $32,990, or take $10,000 off a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 36 months and no payments for 90 days. Don't stand still. Drive today. Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
It's the 2026 Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, brought to you by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Tour a variety of homes at different price points, plus see the latest trends from beautiful kitchens to outdoor living spaces. See the latest colors and design patterns. This is your chance to walk through homes, meet the builders, and get inspiration for your own projects. The Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, and June 13th and 14th. Tickets are available online or at any parade home. For more information, go to wacohomeparade.com.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.